public interest litigation where we find that there is an element of injustice committed or done to any group of people or individual, we take it up. We have quite a sizable number of lawyers in the group. We take it up as pro bono and we interrogate you. We do what you call legislative advocacy. We do draft bills from time to time and send to the relevant houses of assembly or national assembly at time. This is part of what we do. Community service equally. We do by engaging community in clean up, medical, because we have a couple of doctors also with us who will go out there with drugs and everything. We help with those that are vulnerable. That we also do in the group. And again, within the group also, we cater for the less privileged, for example, by providing health insurance for them. Within ourselves, we have a cooperative society to enhance the capacity, the empowerment capacity of members of the group also. So those are some of the issues that we deal with from time to time within the United Action for Change.
Sir, how would you describe the current administration in Nigeria compared to the previous one?
Well, personally, honestly, I must confess to you that I personally have not been impressed. Okay. I have not been impressed at all. Our delivery or the delivery of the government so far is not satisfactory. We have so many issues today, particularly the issue of poverty. Most of the issues we are tackling today actually emanate from poverty. Banditry, kidnapping, terrorism, name it, virtually all the vices. And I have always said, and I keep on maintaining that position, that force cannot resolve the question. Force can never resolve the question. Because even majority of the people you are sending out there to go and enforce it by way of force are equally poverty-stricken. They are wretched. They are looking for the way to survive equally. Along the line, they must compromise. It's just natural. So
let's check back a bit. Can you tell us few of your achievements as per the 3-time Commissioner of Environment in Lagos State?
Well, I wasn't in environment alone 3 times. I was in the environment, I was in transportation, and I was in special duties. Well, in environment, there are so many things. You have to start cataloging it down. For example, I recall that the green that you see all around today is something that I aggressively pursued during my tenure as Commissioner for Environment. The climate change, we were able to bring it down, education, enlightenment, adaptation measures, and all those things we were able to aggressively pursue during that period. And of course, our waste management system was highly efficient during that era. And one of the landmark achievements, like the governor, the 10th governor, Fashola, said recently in his example, would be in respect of the channelization of the state. We're able to massively deal with issues of channelization to the extent of practically bringing flood to its near during that period. We considered so many channels that are still enduring. We ensure that we put in place program towards routine maintenance of all the channels from time to time. And of course, during the same period, I tried to recover. That was the last area that I focused on, tried to recover the sewage network, which was virtually nil. I think I was able to drag it to about 4% coverage then during that period. And of course, I dealt with the issue of erosion in some part of the state. Those are some of the ones that I was able to deal with in environment. But in transportation, of course, to God be the glory, I can boast of the bus rapid transit, the BRT today. I can boast of the LASMA today. I can boast of the traffic light today. In fact, when I came in, there was no traffic light functional. By the time I brought in about 50, which is what it's been built upon today. The road redesignation and improvement, I brought it into place equally. So, and of course, there were a lot of enlightenment during those periods also in the state. And I was able equally to regulate the activities of Agada and the unions then. I remember when I came into Ministry of Transportation, there used to be 19 unions in Lagos State. I brought them to 2. Of course, there were a lot of agitation, a lot of attacks during that period. I was able to say, look, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to recognize only one for the Employers Association and one for the employees. Period. All others should collapse under either of them. It was a tough thing, but we achieved it during that period.
You will be your preferred candidate come 2023 for presidential election?
My preferred candidate will be somebody, or in the first instance, this is the problem people have with me. I somehow believe the person shouldn't be more than 60 years old to start
60?
with. Yes, to start with.
Reason?
The person must be, because you need energy. The truth is that you need energy. You need to be fit for this job. Things that I did when I was commissioner, because I can't do it again. I used to be able to have sleepless nights for 3 days without feeling it. Now I can't do a day. You need the physical fitness apart from your mental alertness to deal with the issues of Nigeria. Certainly you will witness a lot of sleepless nights. So you need somebody that is much younger than the current president to take over the saddle. You need somebody that is exposed, somebody that is knowledgeable, and those somebody that is receptive to criticism. Because like I always say, most government often misconstrue what criticism is all about. Criticism is simply a mechanism for a feedback. If they criticize, they are telling you what you are doing is not, you go and review it, whether you are right or wrong. It's just a mechanism for feedback. So when I see government reacting violently to some criticism here and there, I start wondering that, what is this about? You should just take it in the normal sphere of things and say, look, let me see.
And work on it.
What they are talking about. So for me, that's the kind of person I want to see. I'm not particularly, how do I put it now? I'm not a fan of regionalization of the presidency.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I believe in merit in everything. I want to see the best human being that is able of turning our destiny around for us in this country. I don't care whether you are a Muslim or a Christian, you are you are Yoruba, Igbo, or I don't care. I just need somebody, because you see, these are the things that continues to create crisis in the nation. There are so many of those policies that are still militating against patriotism in Nigeria. Federal quota system, federal character. These are retrogressive concepts or principles that we are still adopting. In the first instance, imagine somebody who you have deprived of an opportunity just simply because of the state of his birth, and you expect it to be patriotic. How would he be patriotic? If I'm not a Nigerian, they have told me that I'm a Yoruba man. That was why I could not get that position. So why will you now say I should be patriotic to Nigeria?
Is that
so
possible?
For me, we need to get rid of that and emphasize what unites us by ensuring that we put people on equal pedestal for competition. And whoever emerges at the end of this, so be it. You see, by the time we started inputting that into our football team, see what happened to us also. You must not. For me, if you have a football team consisting of all of them from Edo State, so be it if they are the best.
Of course,
and we keep on winning competition.
Sure.
How does it concern me? But no, people will say, no, you can't take everybody from Edo, even if it's a useless person from one to other state. Go and put him there. He must be represented. The state must be represented. No.
Presented,
These are retrogressive concepts that we need to do away with. So for me, I'm not a fan or a crusader of that position of regionalism of presidency.
Well, what is your political ambition?
I have no political ambition. My ambition is simply that we need to turn around this nation in a manner that we all be comfortable and happy and will be respected externally. That's all that concerns me. I don't even want to be in the saddle. I don't want to get involved, because it's even, to a certain extent, it's a stigma to be in government in Nigeria. There is a presumption in your favor, unfortunately, that you are a thief. Immediately you are inside, you are presumed to be a thief already. So why would you want to go to an area where people will start designating you as one? So it's not an area of attraction to me again. We thank God we did it when I believe it was a bit valuable then, and we've left the place, and I think we should respect ourselves.
Wow, that's good. Let's assume you are the president of Nigeria this time. How would you have tackled insecurity?
I told you earlier what I will just do. You see, we are making one mistake. We have been treating symptoms of the various acts of insecurity. We have not actually dealt with the causes. How do you know the causes? This is where the people we are forsaking are quite relevant. Those are the social scientists. Go and beg all the social scientists in Nigeria, the criminologists of this world, the psychologists of this world, the what do you call them now? It just escaped me. There are too many of all of them in the sociologists of this world, all of them in the social science world. You need them. They are the people that will be able to debrief and analyze to you and tell you that this is what is causing this problem here. In Nigeria, we don't value them. That's the problem we have. We just believe that, oh, terrorists, we must kill them. Have you sat with them? Let the psychologist sit with that man and ask him what will make you to want to kill your fellow being. What will make you to want to destroy public facility? What will make you to want to destroy something that is meant for your own benefit? Yes. Identify these causes, the factors that are giving back to this thing, that will be able to address and tackle them correctly. But now it's the symptom. Hey, a bandit is there, go and kill him. Finish. And you think when you kill him, another one will not come out.
No. Yeah, you're correct, sir.
That is not, it's a wrong approach. That's what I will do. I will first get all these social scientists together and say, come and study this situation for me. Interview, debrief all these people that have been arrested. Don't start killing them. Sit down with them, engage them meaningfully. Get to know what are the factors that have triggered their reaction. Then you'll be able to address the issue decisively.
So what are your advice for Nigeria, especially north, south, east, west? In short, the whole country is on fire. What would be your advice?
My advice to Nigerians is that we should learn from this. How and what the lesson do I want to? They must now become conscious of their political environment. They must get involved in the political process. All of us desire good governance. It does not happen miraculously. It's by design that it happens. How does it happen by design? We all need to get involved. We need to be interested in those who want to lead us. What are their qualities? What are their antecedents? What is the pedigree of the man that is before you? Before eventually, we must make sure that our electoral process is that it is insulated against all manners of manipulation, so that at the end of the day, we are able to bring forth credible leaders that will engender good governance for us. Yeah. So Nigerians must wake up now, start educating and enlightening each other on the need to take elections seriously. All of us must go and get their voters card. All of us must be interested in who wants to govern us. We must ask questions. We must convince the ignorance among us. Because the sad news is that over 70% of those who determine our leader to us, they are totally ignorant of why they are voting, nor even aware of the quality of the person they are voting for. They vote along parochial lines. The man is from my village. He's the son of my chief imam. We grew up together and with him I will be able to have my own. These are the parochial issues that take up. No, we must place on the table issues that will be of collective interest.
Sir, in that regard, don't you think you as a law enforcement person also need to do enough? Because now you just talked about something that piques my interest. If we vote someone in, he is not doing well, we can, take that person out. But with our constitution, you need to go to the court. What do you have to say on that?
No, you don't need to go to the court. There are two ways. For example, for the legislators, there is a recall process provided for in the constitution.
Okay.
For the executive, it's impeachment. So if we succeed in electing members of any of those houses that are independent and quality enough, they can trigger the removal of an executive. And if a member of the legislative house is not living to our expectation, we trigger the recall process. That's all. Finish. Court cannot even remove. It's not the business of the court.
Thank you, sir. Now, sir, before we will call it a day, how do you relax? Because I know you said some years ago you don't sleep, but right now you take your time to sleep. Now, what do you do to relax after the stress of the day?
Well, simply, the only way I relax is to just read book. That's the only way. Read any book, any material I come across. All materials are useful to me. That's the only way, and that's what makes me happy anyway. That's what makes me happy.
During one of the Mr. President's speech, he said something like,